Welcome back everyone. So in the last video we solved counter 2, which was fourth question in our 30 days of JavaScript, and in this video we are going to solve apply transform over each element in an array. Okay, so we are given an integer array ARR and a mapping function fn. We have to return a new array with the transformation applied to each element. The returned array should be created such that returned array, the element at position I, is equal to the value returned by this function fn, and in this function we'll pass the value at ith index and the index. Now we have to solve this without the built-in Array.map method. Now let's see the first example. So this is an array and this is the function. Okay, so when we call this map method on this array and the parameters passed to this map function are array and function. So this is the array and this is the function, and the return result is 2, 3 and 4. So first 1 is n plus 1, that is 1 is transformed to 2, 2 is transformed to 3 and 3 is transformed to 4. In the second example, similarly, what we are doing is this function returns n plus I. So first, when we pass the value of 1 to this function and an index, so this is at 0th index, so it will be returned as 1. This is at first index, that is 2 plus 1, 3, and this is at second index, so 3 plus 2 is 5. Okay. For example 3, the function, what it does is it always returns 42. So for 10 it will return 42, 20 it will return 42, and for 30 also it will return 42. Now let's solve this. So first let's rearrange the code so that it looks better. Okay, so this function receives array and function, and we cannot use array.map function. So what we'll do is we'll iterate all the values in the array. So that is for let I is equal to 0 and the size is what? Array dot length I is less than equal to sj I plus plus. Now what we'll do is we'll change the value of item at index I, that should be equal to value returned by this function. This function expects the value at index I and the index itself. Okay, now at the end we'll return the array itself. Now let's see if this can pass all the test case or not. Okay, so all the 3 test case has been passed. Now we'll try to submit this. Okay, so our solution got accepted. Now let's see what we are doing here. So in the map function we receive 2 arguments. The first one is an array of numbers and the second is a function. This function expects 2 values. The first one is an value in an array for an item at index I, then the index itself. What we have to do is we have to change the value at an index I equal to the value returned by this function. So for the value at index I, we'll call this function for the value at index I and the index itself, and we'll assign that value to array at index I, and then we'll return the same array. Okay,